Hello students, welcome to Geography class of 8th standard. As we are doing representation of geographical feature and this is part 2. The objectives of the topic are to study about the contours. In this video we are going to give focus on contours which is given on page number 16 to 19 on your geography book. So let's start with introduction. What is topography? It is an arrangement of the natural and artificial features of an area. Relief is a very important element that plays an active role in all human activities. Information on relief is required for many purposes. Example, for all types of construction work such as roads, buildings, dam construction, irrigation works, and for military operation, aero navigation, scientific purposes, tourism, etc. Passing through a long period of application of various techniques, cartography is now at a stage in which contour lines, spot height, rock drawing, layer tinting and hill shading when put together can produce a relief image which is excellent in quantitative information that it provides as well as in its spatial impression of the third dimension. The different types of relief features are shown by contour lines on a topographical map. Let's discuss one by one. Number 1 is contour line or isohypes. These are imaginary lines that connect points having the same altitude above a chosen reference level, that is mean sea level, on the Earth's surface. The reference level is called a datum. Datum itself means the mean sea level. Students, let's understand through this diagram. Isohypes over then obvious trails and rivers. These lines are contour lines. Put simply, contour lines mark point of equal elevation on a map. If you trace the length of a line with your finger, each point of view touch is the same height above the mean sea level. Students, the method of showing the relief with the help of contours is one of the most accurate and standard methods. It is an imaginary line which joins the points or places having the same height above the mean sea level. In other words, a contour is a line of constant height above the mean sea level. The contours are drawn on a basic actual surveys done in the field. The difference between the value of any two successive contour is known as contour interval or the vertical interval. The vertical interval is usually constant on map. The spacing between the contour lines indicates the nature of the slope. The widely spaced contour lines show gentle slope, whereas the closely spaced contour lines show steep slope. Come back to the reading again. Next point is depth contour or bathymetric. This type of contour or isobath is an imaginary line that connects the points on the sea bottom which have the same vertical distance beneath the water surface. Students, let's understand through diagram. Depth contour or bathymetric. It is a line connecting points of equal depth below the hydrographic datum. Hydrographic related to ocean, rivers, all water bodies. Also called bathymetric contour or depth curve. A bathymetric chart is a type of arithmetic map that depicts the submerged topography and physiographic features of ocean and sea bottoms. Their primary purpose is to provide detailed depth contours of ocean topography as well as provide the size, shape, and distribution of underwater features. Come back to the reading again. A contour line is a graphical element which is most widely used to obtain a geometrical exact representation of relief on maps. Contour lines are the result of the followings: direct surveying in the terrain, interpolation from accurately determined spot heights, interpolation between surveyed contours with or without the help of spot heights. Photogrammetric plotting, the elaboration or drop line charts in orthophotography. Let's understand, students. A relief map shows the height of the land above the mean sea level on a flat surface. Several methods have been developed to depict the relief features on maps such as contours, form lines, spot height, benchmarks, hachures, etc. These methods have their merits and demerits, but contouring is the standard method for representing the relief on a map. Whereas photogrammetric plotting is a particular suitable for the production of topographic plans covering large areas or areas difficult to assess for scales ranging from 1:2000 to 1:25,000. On the other hand, orthophotography or orthoimage is an aerial photography or satellite image. Come to the next point. Next point is datum. The sea level is used as the datum plane, the reference level to measure height of any landmass. As the sea level is moving surface, it has to be defined more precisely. In most countries, the average level of the sea is chosen as the datum. The reference level for depth contours of the average low water level at spring tide is often used. Let's understand this word datum. Datum are the basis for all geodetic survey work. Geodetic means land surveying. A geodetic datum is an abstract coordinate system with a reference surface such as sea level that serves to provide known locations to begin surveys and create maps. In this way, datum acts similar to starting points when you give someone direction. Students, let's understand it more easily. All levels in building are taken from a fixed point called a datum, should establish after the setting out and related to ordnance benchmark. Benchmark means exact height of specific points on prominent and durable material objects like rocks or buildings in the field, recorded for the sake of permanent reference. On a map, a benchmark is indicated by BM, followed by the number given the actual height of the mark above the mean sea level. An arrow with horizontal mark above the arrow. The center line of the horizontal being the actual level indicate on the Ordnance Survey map. Ordnance Survey map means topographical sheets. Come back to the reading again. Next point is contour interval and contour distance. The contour interval in a map is a vertical distance between two successive contour lines. This must not be confused with the distance between the contours as they appear in the map. For each map, a decision has to be taken as to which contour line should be represented in the map. A fairly general rule is that the vertical distance between two successive contours should be constant. If no constant contour interval is used, map reading becomes difficult as the contour line pattern will give a misleading impression of relief. The choice of the contour line interval is very important and depends on a number of factors like scale of the map, purpose of the map, available information, type of area, limitation to the graphical presentation. These factors have to be considered. They are required to be weighted against each other. In general, we should strive for a contour interval which is as small as possible. In that case, relief representation is more exact, has more details, and gives a better impression of the third dimension. Let's understand it more easily. What is a contour interval? A contour interval is the difference in elevation between two contour lines that are side by side. Or, in easy words, contour interval is a distance between or difference between the values of any two successive contours. Or we can say the vertical distance between two constructive contours is known as contour interval. For example, a map indicates contour lines of 90 meter, 89 meter, 88 meter and so on. The contour interval is 1 meter. This interval depends upon the following factors: the nature of ground, whether flat or steep, the scale of the map, and the purpose of the survey. The distance between any two contours, that is horizontal equivalent, on a map is very important. It shows the gradient or the slope of the land. The contours are drawn close to each other when the slope is steep, and they are spaced widely when the slope is gentle. Come back to the reading again. Next point is auxiliary contour lines. Contour lines or intermediate contours. If the standard contour interval is too far apart in some parts of the map, that is the flattened areas such as plateaus, valley bottoms, etc., it is possible to insert contour lines in between the standard lines. For instance, on 1 by 2 or 1 by 4 of the standard contour intervals. These inserted contour lines are called auxiliary contour lines. In the cartographic representation, the readability of the auxiliary contour lines must be drawn with a line symbol which is different from the other contours. Contour line in the map given a quantitative information concerning relief. It must never be a puzzle for the user to find this exact information on height in the map. Let's understand it more easily. Auxiliary contour lines or contour lines are the lines that sit in between the standard contour interval. These lines are generally broken lines and shown important features that sit in between the standard contour interval. These helps to determine the shape of the land that would otherwise be missed on the map. Again back to the reading. Next point is contour line values. In order to read the exact height, values must be added to the contour lines. The contour line should be a color that clearly distinguish them from the other line elements in the map. The most commonly used color is brown. In mountainous areas, a differentiation is sometimes made in the color of the contour lines, depending on the character of the terrain. The common differentiations are as under: brown for contour lines in areas with soil and vegetation cover, black for contour lines in areas with bare rocks or screes, blue for contour lines in areas with permanent snow and glaciers. The blue is also common for the contour lines used for underwater. Come back to the reading again. Next point is index contour. To further facilitate the reading of the contour lines, some lines can be drawn thicker than the others. Example, each 100 or each 250 or 1000 meter contour line. It depends on the contour intervals at which lines are required to be drawn thicker. But in general, there are about 3 to 5 lines in between the thickened contour lines. These thicker contour lines are called index contours. Let's understand it more easily. Index contour, a line, is drawn on a topographic map to indicate ground elevation or depression. Index contour are bold or thicker lines that appear at every fifth contour line. If the numbers associated with specific contour lines are increasing, the elevation of the terrain is also increasing. Next point is accuracy of contour lines. The position of points in a map is determined with an x, y, and z coordinate system. The accuracy of points can therefore be expressed as the mean error in these coordinates. Normally, the accuracy of x and y coordinates, which is the planimetric accuracy, is separated from the height accuracy. It should, however, be realized that there is a relationship between planimetric accuracy and height accuracy. In flat areas, the error in height have a considerable influence on the horizontal position of the contour line. On the other hand, even small errors in the planimetric have a distinct influence on the real heights in the case of steep slopes. The factors that influence the accuracy of contour lines in a map are survey accuracy, accuracy that can be reached in the cartographic drawing, and reproduction. Accuracy of contour line means a method which is based on the generations of buffer around the contour lines, which define a 3D buffer around the maximum slope line. After that, we analyze the quantitative of points from a more accurate source which is inside this buffer. Finally, we propose a range of contour line interval based on the scale and slopes of the land. Next and very important point is generalization of contour lines. The relief is always expressed by all the contour lines together and not by one contour line. One contour line can never illustrate the relief in an area. This concept also influences the philosophy behind the generalization of contour lines. Generalization may never be done for single contour lines, but all contour lines in an area have to be considered together. Generalization should never exclusively lead to smooth curved contour lines. There is a tendency in generalization of contour lines to make smooth lines so that all relief features seems to be nicely rounded off. This might be correct for an old landscape, but certainly not for a young mountain areas like the Himalayas or Alps. The young mountains are characterized by many angular contour lines and only a few smoothly curved lines. In generalization, the main characteristics of the original contour lines must be maintained. Small irregularities in contour lines representing very small valleys which are not repeated in the next higher or lower contour lines can be omitted. Larger valleys and spurs can be represented after generalization by a very small curve in the contour lines. This small curve does not represent the actual shape of the valley, but only has to suggest the presence of the valley. Naturally, large valleys and spurs have to be indicated. Sometimes, if the contour pattern is very dense, it might be necessary to clear the spacing of the contour lines slightly. To apply the same displacement, also the generalized representation of a road or a railroad along the slope of hill or mountains makes the displacement of contour lines necessary at times. Sometimes valleys have to be shortened in order to simplify the total image. In case of a great number of valleys in a relative short distance, a number of these valleys have to be shortened. If necessary, they are required to be omitted, even if valleys of that size are drawn in other parts of the map. Small hilltops, which are clearly visible above the surrounding areas, are excellent for orientation. In case of completely isolated position of these tops, they have to be indicated in the map, even if it results in some exaggeration when more pronounced hilltops are grouped together. A number of them should be selected for representation. A group of small hilltops, which are hardly rising above the surrounding area, can be represented as one. So, there are some characteristics of contours also that are number one point is all points in a contour line have the same elevation. Second, flat ground is indicated where the contours are widely separated and steep slopes where they run close together. A uniform slope is indicated when the contour lines are uniformly spaced and a plane surface when they are straight, parallel and equally spaced. Next is what is the purpose of contouring? Contour survey is carried out at the starting of an engineering project such as a road, a railway, a canal, a dam, a building, etc. For preparing contour map in order to select the most economical or suitable site. To locate the alignment of the canal so that it should follow a ridge line. To mark the alignment of roads and railways so that the quantity of earthwork both in cutting and filling should be minimum. For getting information about the ground, whether it is flat, undulating or mountainous, to find the capacity of reservoir and volume of earthwork especially in a mountainous region, to trace out the given grade of a particular route, to locate the physical features of the ground such as pond depression, hills, steep or small slopes. At last, what are the uses of contour map? A contour map furnished information regarding the features of the ground, whether it is flat, undulating, or mountainous. From a contour map, section may be easily drawn in any direction. Intervisibility between two ground points plotted on map can be ascertained. It enables an engineer to approximately select the most economically or suitable site for an engineering project such as a road, a railway, a canal, or a pipeline, etc. A route of given grade can be traced on the map. Catchment area and capacity of reservoir may be determined from the contour map. Contour map may be used to determine the quantities of earthwork. So students, with that we have completed our today's topic, contours. Hope you understand well. You have to revise this and solve the related back exercise. Now it's your homework time. Students, you have to solve this home assignment. Question number 1, define contours. What is contour interval and on what factor does it depend? What is difference between contour interval and horizontal equivalent? Suggest contour interval for following: the hill survey, the city survey, survey of dam site. Third question, describe with the neat sketches the characteristics of contours. Show contours to represent the following: a hill, a depression, a valley, a vertical cliff, a saddle. Describe various methods of interpretation of contours. We will meet very soon. Till then, have a nice day.